Shalom, shalom, Yashrala. First and foremost, all honors, glories, and praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to our elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and salutations to the elect Akim across the globe that are doing the work in truth and in sincerity and in charity. Alright, this is Danyalaba, here from the Great Millstone Chicago camp. Llewellyn coming back at you with another edifying video. And hard times are coming. You know, things are about to get more uncomfortable. All right, and it's been a little bit over 100 days, more than 100 days since Trump has been in office, and Trump is talking about doing big cuts on the SNAP benefit, the link card. All right, and a lot of our people, man, rely on that, man. So-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans. All right, and I looked it up. I thought it was Esau. I'm pretty sure it was Esau. Just not showing it on this article. But oh yeah, it does. It's a lot. But the SNAP recipients represent different races and or ethnicities. It says white, about 37% of whites. So the Caucasian Esau is the one that uses it the most. Then you got Judah, or Southern Kingdom, 26%. Hispanics about 16%. Asian 3%. Native Americans 2%. But you got Southern Kingdom and Northern Kingdom that rely on SNAP benefits the most, man. All right, our people. They trust in Esau. Especially our women. Our women, the ones that call themselves independent and single, independent women. A lot of them. The reason they are independent is because Esau helps them. All right, Esau gives them, the link, the SNAP, and they pretty soon, they're talking about making cuts on it. So pretty soon that's gonna be cut down. All right, so what are they gonna eat, man? They also get the child support, which that's gonna come to an end as well. They get the link, not the link, the Section 8 housing. All right, so all these benefits are about to come to naught. All right, and these women that thought they were independent, man, they're gonna realize that they're gonna need a man. All right, but I'm gonna read a little bit of the article and touch on a few points. But food CNBC, May 21st. But it says food stamps face biggest cut in program history under the GOP tax. As Republicans push forwards with a big, beautiful tax bill, federal food assistance may see big cuts. The Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, or SNAP, may be cut about 30% under the term of bills, which would be the biggest cut in the program's history, according to the Ty Jones Cox. I'm not sure how you pronounce that. Vice President for Food Assistance Policy at the Center of Budget and Policy Priorities. SNAP, formerly known as food stamps, currently provides food assistance to more than 40 million individuals, including children, seniors, adults, and disabilities. All right, and as you saw, man, a lot of our people rely on SNAP benefits so they can eat. All right, so they can go to the grocery store and buy food and feed their family. All right, but pretty soon that's about to come to an end, man. All right, as you see, also Esau relies on SNAP heavily. All right, so reading out yet cuts to the program proposed by the House, which would shrink the program's funding by $300 billion through 2034, would put those benefits at risk. And I doubt it, man. Lord forbid. I don't think we'll be here till 2034, man. But continue to read. The House Republican plan would take away food assistance from millions of who struggle to afford a high cost of groceries. All right, and Jake, man. All right, you know they struggle, man. Jake is living paycheck to paycheck. A lot of Jake, man, they depend on the SNAP. All right, the link card. All right, to buy groceries so they can feed their family. All right, and Trump, or the Republican House is talking about cutting SNAP. All right, so a lot of our people are about to starve, are about to struggle. All right, they're not gonna have a way to feed their family. Okay, including families with children and other vulnerable people with low incomes. Was it Hawks said during Tuesday webinar hosted by the CBPP program think tank. SNAP reform efforts come amid broader effort to reduce waste and fraud in government programs. SNAP, like other government benefits, can be susceptible to improper or fraudulent payments. The One Big Beautiful Bill resorts integrity of the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program. House Agriculture Committee Chairman Glenn G.T. Thompson, ARPA, said in May 14th statement, though long overdue accountability incentives to control costs and executive and state overreach. But that was it to the article. And I also saw this on the news yesterday. Um, there's like a food shelter shortage. Okay. Federal cuts to food banks as they face a record demand. We need help as food. Reading the article titled "As Hunger Rises, Food Pantries Face Shortage and Shrinking Donations." Okay, I think I was watching this one.
Everything's gone up price-wise. Everything from the cost of living to everything. I mean, gas, food, rent. So yeah, but the pay hadn't gone up.
Justin Gonzalez stopped by the Bastrop County Emergency Pantry Monday afternoon to help feed himself and his 4 daughters. He said he only comes here when he needs to, and now that it's summertime and school is out, it's even more expensive to feed his family.
Yeah, I mean, I used to go to the grocery store. I'd go in there with $100, come out with half a cart, buggy. Now y'all walk out with 2 bags.
This is our 3rd year in a row of seeing an uptick of people requesting services.
Trisha Silva has been...
Times are getting harder, man. Everything's getting more expensive. There's less job opportunities. So people rely on, these government assistance programs and food shelters, to feed themselves and their family. But pretty soon, all that's about to come to naught, man. All right?
With the food bank for 25 years. She said her clients are reporting the highest grocery prices they have ever seen.
Already this morning, we've seen 63 households.
The increase in demand comes at the same time as federal cuts to these types of programs. The Bastrop Food Pantry receives as much as 45% of its food from the Central Texas Food Bank. In early March, the Central Texas Food Bank said the U.S. Department of Agriculture cut $500 million in funding for food purchasing programs. The USDA said the programs are a legacy of the pandemic and no longer supported the agency's priorities. In a statement to KXAN, the Central Texas Food Bank said as a result it will lose $5 million over the next 2 years. The food bank said the USDA has already canceled 40 deliveries of food, which equates to roughly 761,000 meals.
It saddens my heart because I understand directly what that translates into, that people have less access to nutritious food.
Silva said they haven't seen any impacts yet, but are calling on the community for support so that families that need help with food can get it. In Bastrop, Sam Stark, KXAN News.
But yeah, man, get some scriptures, people. Consolation. Most in second Esdras 15, and second Esdras 15 and 13, and it reads, they that till the ground shall mourn. All right. And that's talking about the people that work in the agriculture. They're the things that the vegetables and fruits that they're planting, is not producing as much as fruit uh, as anymore. All right. Also with the weather and climate change. All right. They're struggling with their crops. They're struggling to grow them. All right. There's certain parts, that are not receiving much rain. There's like a drought, so they're having a hard time trying to give water to their crops. And there's other parts where it's flooding. Now their crops are overwatered and being destroyed. So they that till the ground shall mourn. So the people that work in our agriculture are struggling, man. You can even go on YouTube and you'll see a whole bunch of farmers talking about that they are struggling with their agriculture. All right, with planting. All right, they're not producing as much as food as anymore. But reading on, for their seed shall fall through the blasting and hail. All right, so the climate change, the droughts, the floodings. All right, that's all affecting the food. Okay, and with a fearful constellation. And if you look up at the heavens, at the stars, you're able to tell, if it's gonna be a good year or a bad year for farming. And I know my grandpa, down in Mexico, he had that knowledge of being able to read the stars and be able to discern of how, if it was going to be a good or a bad year for planting, for farming. Okay. um no, Lamentations 4:9. The book of Lamentations, chapter 4 and verse 9. I'll start at verse 8, and it reads, their visage is blacker than coal, they are not known in the streets. Okay, well, and we're coming into to famines, man. All right. There's a big problem in America. There's a food shortage. All right. Also, a lot of our food comes from different countries, man. From China, from Mexico, and right now, hey, America is not having a good relationship with these other countries, man. Canada. All right. So food is going to be scarce, and the cost of food is going to go up. All right, and there's going to be famines, and when somebody goes through a famine, their skin gets darker, man. That's why the scripture says their visage is blacker than coal. All right, let me just do a quick Google search. Does your skin? Yep, I looked it up before. Does your skin get darker when you're going through famine? Yes, AI overview. Yes, skin darkening can be a symptom of famine and severe malnutrition, particularly in conditions like, not sure how to pronounce it, Kwashiorkor. The darkening known as hyperpigmentation occurs in patchy areas and can be accompanied by flaking of the skin. All right. While the extract mechanisms are not fully understood, micronutrient deficiencies are impacted by this phenomenon. All right. So yes, your skin does get dimmer, get darker when you're going through famine. All right. Reading on. They're not known in the streets. Their skin cleaveth to their bones. It is withered. It is become like a stick. Okay. And you see pictures of people going through famines, man. You can literally see their their rib cage popping out. Right. They're just completely, bone and skin, no muscle at all, no fat. Verse 9, they that be slain with the sword are better than they that be slain with hunger. So it's better to die of the sword than die of a famine. Okay? When you die of a sword or get stabbed or get shot, man, you die quickly. Unlike a famine, explains it right here. For these pine away stricken through for want of the fruits of the field. All right, so when you die of famine, you're slowly dying, man. Month, the week goes by day, hour by hour, minute by minute, second by second, man. You're just feeling everything. You feel the pain, man. Okay, so it's better to die of famine, or not famine, by the sword than famine. The hands of the pitiful women have saddened their own children, and this is coming back, man. All right, these women are gonna be so desperate that they're gonna sacrifice their children. They're gonna boil them and eat them, and their meat in the destruction of the daughter of my people. So that's coming back, man. Hey, a lot of these women are with child abortion. How much more in that time? When the time when famine hits, when the famines hit, man, they're gonna sacrifice their children, man. They're gonna be desperate. All right. I'll bring this last scripture out. What is it? Second Kings 6:25. It's a book of Second Kings, chapter 6:25, and it reads, and there was a great famine in Samaria, and this is the history right here. And behold, they besieged it until an ass's head was sold for what is that? 80 pieces of 40. Yeah, 80 pieces of silver. So they were selling. There was a famine in Samaria. The people were selling an ass's head, a donkey's head, for 80 pieces of silver. All right, so the people were desperate, man. They'll eat anything. All right, and the fourth part of a cab of dove's dung, so they're eating bird shit for 5 pieces of silver. So what is that? 100 pieces of silver, or not? No. For 5 pieces of silver, Salakia. But yeah, people were buying bird shit for 5 pieces of silver, so to satisfy their hunger. Salakia. So hey, these times are coming again, man. People are gonna be so desperate, man. They're gonna be, especially these women, they're gonna be eating their own children. All right. I saw in Venezuela years ago when shit hit the fan over there with the economy. There was a food shortage. People were eating their leather belts or leather jackets just to quench their hunger. On the market, they were selling rotten cheese and milk and rotten pieces of meat and fish just to quench their hunger. People were garbage picking while there's flies everywhere. All right, just to quench their hunger, man. So times like this is coming to America, man, but much worse, man. All right. I'm gonna give one more precept and probably end it off at this. What is it? Not Exodus. Isaiah 30:1. Woe to the rebellious children, saith Yahweh, that take counsel, but not of me, and that cover with a covering, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin. All right, so a destruction unto 2/3 of our people, man, that don't trust in Yahweh, man. Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai, man. All right. Verse 2, that walk to go down into Egypt, and have not asked at my mouth, to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh. To strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh, and to trust in the shadow of Egypt. And our people, they trust in Esau's system. They trust in the government. All right, and another scenario, hey, Esau can be doing this on purpose to bring in that MOTB. Hey, if you guys want to eat, if you guys want to receive benefits, hey, take the MOTB. All right, they're going to trust in Pharaoh. They're going to trust in America. All right, but reading on. Therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame. So trusting in America is going to be your shame. All right, and the trust in the shadow of Egypt, your confusion, man. So you people have no excuse, man. 2/3 of our people have no excuse. You guys have been warned. All right, the prophet's been out there for years, man. So hey, a famine is coming down the road. And hey, the best way to prepare, man, is serve Yahweh Bahashim Al-Shai. Get right with the Lord, man. So you'll be covered in that day. Oh, I'm going to get one more. Servants. Isaiah 65:13. The book of Isaiah 65 and 13, and it reads, Therefore, thus saith Yahweh of power, Behold, my servant shall eat, but he shall be hungry. Behold, my servant shall drink, but he shall be thirsty. Behold, my servant shall rejoice, but he shall be ashamed. All right, so, and these hard times that we're about to come into, man, the Lord's servants, man, it says, hey, we're going to be eating and drinking. We're going to be happy. Meanwhile, hey, 2/3 of our people, they're going to be thirsty for water, for a cup of water. They're going to be dying of hunger. Verse 14, Behold, my servant shall sing for joy of heart, but ye shall cry for sorrow of heart, and shall howl for vexation of spirit. So, hey, we're coming into troubled times, man. All right, and hey, we're excited because seeing these type of prophecies, man, it just shows that we're at the end, and we know that Yahweh Shai is on his way back. All right, so we know about the kingdom of Yasharal is about to be established, man. So hey, hard times are coming, and hey, the Lord's got us in these hard times, man. We just gotta lean upon Yahweh Bashem El Shai. Have faith in the Lord, trust in the Lord, man. Don't trust in Esau, man. If you try to roll out that MOTB, man, hell with that MOTB, the Karagma, the chip. Don't take it, man. All right, trust in Yahweh Bashem El Shai, man. Don't worry. Hey, we're gonna eat, man. Those people that end up taking the MOTB, man, the Karagma, the C-Hip, Revelations 13 and 16, hey, they're going to end up, they're going to be the ones that are going to be starving, all right? Starving to death, man, all right? But that was it with that. I thought I'd just show you some, a couple news clips and articles, all right? Hey, hard times are coming, man, so prepare. And how do you prepare, man, is get right with Yahweh Bashem Shai, do the Lord's will, repent, man, serve the Lord, man. All right. So that call on Yahweh by Shemal Shai, the Balanish to the apostles, salutations to the elect. Till next time, Shalom, Abba Ball, Clement Shalom.